Hi, I'm Chris. This is Wellness Wednesday, and I'd like to welcome you. I'm excited to talk to you today about how you use essential oils that you're not sure how you use. And if you've ever wondered what a particular bottle that's sitting forever on your shelf, what it can do for you, that's my job. That's what I would like to be able to share with you. So if you're curious about some of the benefits that you might be missing out on, that's what we're going to talk about. And even the oils that I use regularly, sometimes I forget all of the various uses for them. So we're going to look at a few particular oils, probably, I think it's about 5 or 6, and one in particular that you have asked about. And if there are oils that you want to learn about that I'm not talking about, please just message me or comment on one of my posts about a particular oil, because they are amazing. They have so many different uses. And it's also important to be able to learn how to use them correctly, which ones you can take internally, which ones are best for diffusing, those that are good for the skin and how to use it. So yes, it is some to learn about, but I also have some ebooks for you that I think that you'll be very interested in. So let's get started here. And I just have some slides that I wanted to share with you. And let's see. Okay, so we're going to just start with this. If you're afraid to ask, there's no question that you should be afraid to ask. So how do you use essential oils that you don't know how to use? And the one particular one that was asked about is spikenard. And maybe you don't have this one, or maybe it's sitting on your shelf, and maybe you tried to make friends with it before, but you weren't able to. But this particular oil, you may have heard of it before because it was prized at the time of Christ, and it was used by Mary of Bethany to anoint the feet of Jesus before the Last Supper. So if you can imagine, it is a relaxing and soothing oil for the skin, but it also has a really high auric rating, the oxygen radical absorbance capacity, the antioxidant capacity. It's 548,266, if that means anything to you. But the plant name of this particular oil is Nardostachys yadamansi, and it's a flowering plant. It's of the honeysuckle family, and it actually grows in the eastern Himalayas, primarily in a belt through the areas of Kumaon, Nepal, Sikkim, and Bhutan. And it grows about 4 to 20 inches in a height and has pink bell-shaped flowers. And the thing is that it does grow at a really high altitude, almost 10,000 to 16,000 feet high. So it's an amazing essential oil. And as you can see, these women that go up, they have to go quite high to be able to get this and source it. But if you look here, it is used aromatically, topically, and neat. So it is not used internally. So I would either use it with a carrier oil for sure. And then one thing I wanted to mention is that doTERRA goes to the source. So they go to these countries to get this essential oil, like from Nepal. And we partner with the communities in Nepal to bring long-term employment opportunities to them. So that's very important to us. Okay. So what does it smell like? Okay. The smell of it is sometimes described as woody, spicy, and musty. And its aroma is very earthy and suggestive of the roots from which it is distilled. So I would suggest putting a little bit in the palm of your hand. Putting it on your skin is a lot better than smelling it from the bottle. And I would also particularly combine this one because it is a very base note smell. And there's a whole list on here, and I'll review them, the different oils that you can combine it with to diffuse and also to use on your skin. But I would just put a little bit of coconut oil here, maybe a drop of spikenard, and then maybe some juniper berry or wild orange. Also, geranium would be good to combine with it, or myrrh. And those are some of the ones that are suggested. Cypress, but you can put it on the back of your neck or over your chest or the bottoms of your feet. You can also add it to a face moisturizer or lotion, and it helps to promote smooth, softened, healthy looking skin. So it's a grounding essential oil when you're diffusing it. It is also nourishing to the scalp and calms complexion. So just for any skin sensitivity, it's good to combine it with a little bit of coconut oil. Okay, so like I mentioned, it comes from the regions of the Nepalese Himalayas. And these are just kind of some repeats, but I wanted to, I think repetition is good. Vetiver, patchouli, and myrrh are also substitutes for spikenard. And they're also very, especially myrrh and vetiver, are real base note essential oils. It's been very valued in the traditional Ayurvedic healthcare practices for centuries, and it has a uniquely complicated and complex chemistry. So it's extremely versatile, and it's usually used in calming, soothing, creating a soothing atmosphere, and added to relaxing massages and also to the skin. So you can say calm, skin, and massage. It is the oil of gratitude in all situations. So it helps us to be grateful for trials. Maybe you can see why it was put on the Savior's feet, and hardship to give us a victor mentality. It also includes the emotional words of humility, fully accepting of God's will. This is really interesting. The content with the current situation and blessings, to be peaceful and brave, self-aware, and outward thinking. So the uses here are for aging and irritated skin, sleep and relaxation, a cleanser and detoxifier. For spasms, that would be muscle spasms, and digestion and gas. So those are the uses there. There's also, I really like these visuals here of 10 ways to use spikenard, and they're most of the ones that we've already discussed, combining them with other essential oils like lavender, juniper berry, geranium would give it a sweeter scent if you were diffusing it. I would say the feet would be a really good place to put it, and that is where it was used in the example that I gave. But it can also be used with a hydrating cream to soften and smooth the skin, for blemishes, and also on pulse points when feeling anxious. And I would combine that with wild orange, because wild orange is great also for feelings of anxiousness. So that would be really good. And then just inhaling it directly from cupped hands. And it also says here, apply to the abdomen during a menstrual cycle. So that would help with muscle spasms too. Okay. Then one of the other ones that was asked about was Roman chamomile. And it is the oil of spiritual purpose. So if you need to be directed, inspired, peaceful, and this sounds like it's right along the same lines as spikenard, fulfilled, relaxed, have spiritual sight, meaning, and courage, wisdom. And I really like this because it says it gives relief for stress and shock. And it's also great. It's a very kind oil, Roman chamomile is, and it's a flower. It comes in a 5 ml bottle, and it helps to balance blood pressure. Okay, so that's one thing that you might forget. So I would put it over the heart. It's very good for calming and sleep support. Sometimes it's good to mix up what oils you use for certain things instead of always using lavender for relaxation and sleep. Try some Roman chamomile. And to get used to the scent or the aroma of an oil, I like to put it on my skin. So I would just inhale that. And it's also really good for ear discomforts. I also mentioned here, if you use it, diffuse it, it can help diffuse tantrums with wild orange. So in other words, it stops the action of a person and it helps them stop and think, hopefully, to be able to change and turn and recreate. It's also really good for under the jaw for teething babies. And I would probably still put a little bit of coconut oil in the palm of your hand and a couple drops, but it's really good to rub for those areas that are sensitive and in pain. You can use 8 drops in Epsom salt. I would smash it in about a cup of Epsom salts and then put it in your bath to relieve sore muscles and for relaxing. But it is gentle enough that you can use it around the eyes and ears for soothing minor discomforts. It's great for PMS, soothes arthritis and joint pain. So, you're using it for blood pressure and arthritis and skin issues and digestive and reduces inflammation. So there is a huge variety and it can be taken internally. This stands for aromatic, topical, internal, and neat means that you can apply it directly on the skin without putting it with a carrier oil. So Roman chamomile is great. Now, one that I absolutely love, and I just got through putting some on the palm of my hand because it is the oil of honoring the inner child. So when you feel miserable, overworked, overstressed, as I was just feeling and needing some spikenard, which I don't have right here with me, I do have lang lang. And so this is helping me to feel calm and relaxed, relieved and liberated, and having positive forward thinking and releasing control, which I need to work on, trusting, feeling satisfied and innocent and pleasured. So it does balance hormones and libido. It's really good for healthy blood pressure. So we've got Roman chamomile and lang lang for blood pressure. Put it over your heart. It's calming, relaxing, encourages playfulness and feelings of freedom. So put it over your heart chakra. And then the 10 ways to use lang lang is with a carrier oil to rejuvenate the skin for massage, inhaling. And I mean inhale. You take deep, deep breaths and about 10 of them. And you just breathe in and it helps with feelings of anxiousness. It helps with to create a positive environment. You can take in a veggie cap or under the tongue to maintain healthy blood pressure. Okay, that's interesting. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to take something just under the tongue, but I use quite a few under the tongue, and let's see. It's really quite tasty. Woo. Wow. Now I feel like honoring my inner child. Okay, so apply it to the abdomen for stomach discomfort and on your wrists for perfume. So I feel like I've just ate a bouquet of, of, of flowers, but this is an amazing essential oil. Okay, then the next one is white grapefruit. Of course, this is a fruit, so inhale it directly from cupped hands. It's the oil of the pure body. And that means that it's cleansing, it's energizing, um, it helps you to have body acceptance and a healthy relationship with food. It's also for premenstrual emotional balancing and blood sugar and the gallbladder and a dry throat and drug addictions. It's an appetite suppressant and detoxing. So all these things are so amazing. You can add a drop to your toothpaste for added cleansing properties. And you can make a room spray with it. You can also apply it to your skin with a moisturizer to help problem cellulite areas. So add it to your facial routine to improve the appearance of blemishes, but you don't ever wear a citrus oil out in the sun. So if you do have some skin problems, I would say like maybe on your back, if you have acne on your back, I would put it on my back at night before you go to bed. You can add a few drops to your shampoo, and you can put a couple drops in your water and drink it. So combining it with spearmint is awesome. And then you can also take it in a capsule for gut support. And it's great for metabolism, also the citrus are. Okay, then I'm going to talk about two peppers really briefly here. Pink pepper is absolutely amazing. It's the oil of intrinsic equality. So, gosh, it's measuring worth with worldly measures, comparing, self-rebuking. These are all the negative things. So if you were to look at the positive of using it, it would be feeling equal, kind-hearted, self-accepting, forgiving, appreciated, valued, and being treated fairly. So this, though, works on a cellular level and also for immune support. So it's great for lymphatic cleansing and candida cleansing, for gut and digestion support, for inflammation and circulation, for menstrual support and metabolism and blood sugar. And then the list on the right is even greater. It's good for every inch of your body. I actually use this with frankincense after I shower, and I put a little bit of a couple drops of frankincense and a couple drops of pink pepper, and I go like under my arms and around and on my breasts. It has great benefits for internal use. It's for gastrointestinal, liver, cardiovascular system, and kidney support, immune and cellular support. It says it's shown scientifically to protect and nurture cells and cause unhealthy cells to die. So it supports a healthy inflammatory response, alleviates neuropathic discomfort, activates killer cells to go out and boost up the body's immune system. It's also a great companion with AromaTouch oil, which is a great blend for muscles and massage. And when you're having neuropathic discomfort, you can add heat and massage, and it also supports so many body systems. And it also works really well with DDR prime, which is a cellular capsule or oil, and supports our cells. And it's just amazing because it encourages cell death when it should occur. So it can be used aromatically, topically, internally, and also neat. That means without a carrier oil. Then there's black pepper, and you notice there's an S there. That means that it's sensitive to your skin. So you definitely need to use this with the carrier oil. Although if you have consistent cold feet, this is really good to put on the bottom of your feet to warm up your feet. So topically, it's great. It helps with digestion and detoxifying. When you mix it with clove oil and drop it on the tongue, it can reduce cigarette cravings. So it's the oil emotionally of unmasking and self-acceptance. So it helps you to be genuine, be self-aware, unmasked, and liberated. So it promotes healthy circulation and blood flow, aids digestion. You can inhale it for anxious feelings, also respiratory support with cardamom and digestive support. And it's really great for seasonal threats that are high. So when I think about, like black pepper, those that used to take the spices off the ships didn't get the plague. And it was because probably they were using more of these types of herbs and spices that help them to stay healthy. I'll just mention that. Okay, so what I've done is I have taken the basics natural starter kit, and I picked 11 items on here to start with. If you want to add the ones that I just talked about, that's fine to be able to do that. If you want to try those, we can add those. But I wanted you to get just a basic starter kit. So I have 4 essential oils here. There's 11 items, 4 essential oils, 3 of the most popular, lavender, lemon, and peppermint. And then I added wild orange, and those are all amazing. And I have an ebook about those. And then the natural deodorant. If you didn't know that doTERRA has natural deodorant, I love this deodorant. The Douglas fir and Greek orange is amazing. The body wash is amazing. The super mint toothpaste I love. And then the liquid dish soap just came online again, and it's called Abode. I love the scent. And then that is the refill bottle. So then you can just refill it in this glass bottle here, this dish soap. And then there's also the On Guard hand sanitizer, and the tropical lip balm is my favorite. So here's these 11 items. If it's your first time purchasing this, I will reimburse you $35. So go ahead and order it with this code or with the link that I give you. But I mean, this is really a good way to get to know a variety of products. And I put this together thinking about you. So this is a good way to start. And here's your choice of these 2 free ebooks, Essential Oil for Beginners or 100 Uses for Essential Oils. So just let me know which you'd like, and I'm happy to help you with that. So I just appreciate you being on today. I do like to help you with whatever you need. So if you have some oils on your shelf that you're like, oh my word, I forgot how to use these, I also have links that I can share with you, and surveys to find out what areas of health that I can help you with. But I really love using natural products. I go to them first. And if there's anything that I can get naturally, like the deodorant or dish soap that I know doesn't have toxins in it, that's where I'm going to be. So thanks for being on today. And I wish you a great Wellness Wednesday.